Hello, everybody. It's Matthew Street. Welcome to the Matthew Street channel. I truly appreciate you being here, folks. This is kind of a somber type video for me. Really, nothing to get too excited about with this video. Let me tell you, it's a downer. We've lost another great musical icon from the 1960s, folks. Wow, it's been a tough many weeks here with losing Christine McVie, Jeff Beck recently, and now we hear yesterday about the passing of David Crosby at the age of 81. David Crosby, of course, founding member of the Byrds, one of my favorite bands, American bands of all time. Member of Crosby, Stills and Nash, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, a solo artist in his own right. Just a great member of the musical community for decades. And we've lost him. And it got me thinking, folks, I'm not the biggest Crosby, Stills, and Nash fan. I have to admit I only own a couple of things here and there. I don't think I own any of Crosby's solo material. But this isn't about the music. It's more about I started thinking about life in general, folks, and how it's so precious. And you think of someone like David Crosby who, let's be honest, he did have a tough life. He had a lot of challenges and things he had to overcome throughout his life with various things I won't get into, but let's just say that to reach the age of 81 as he did is something that we should all be thankful for, that those of you that are major fans of his should be grateful for, that you had this many years and this many opportunities to enjoy his music and have him produce music for you, and to reach the age of 81, that's pretty good, and again, it's still sad to lose anybody, but it got me thinking about the mortality of the people and the musicians that I love so much. I mean, for me, losing somebody in their 80s, it's very difficult, it's very tragic, but you can also find solace in that they lived a long, fruitful life, a productive life. In the case of John Lennon, for me, that was just absolute devastation. To lose him at the age of 40, having just turned 40, having just coming back into the musical spotlight again with Double Fantasy and recording again, and me at that time being such a young age when he did pass, I think I was age 19, it was just totally destroyed me, and to this day, I can still find myself getting emotional when I think about what happened to John and losing him, at such a young age, and to know that all he could have produced and given to us over the last 40 plus years just breaks my heart. And to some extent, the same with George Harrison. We lost him at a young age 58, to a terrible disease, a disease we all wish could just go away because it devastates so many lives. And to lose him like that, knowing that he could have lived another 20 to 30 more years producing music and being part of our lives, that was devastating. But, not to talk in a downer mode, but we're just at a period now, folks, where all the musical artists we know and love so much, especially people of our age group who were just kids and teenagers when they were at their peak, they're all getting into their 80s now. If they're not in their mid to late 70s, they're certainly in their 80s. And it gets me thinking like, oh my goodness, and I hate to think this way, but you have to. The next 5 or 10 years is going to be absolutely tough on us, folks. It's going to be rough because the next 5 or 10 years, we're going to be losing a lot more. I hate to say it, but it's just the reality of life. It's not me being a downer. It's just reality of life. I mean, I look at myself and I see all these people, musicians that I love, getting older and passing, and I go, wait a minute, I'm not that 19-year-old kid anymore either. I'm 61 years old. So, if I'm 61 and I was that little kid and teenager who loved these artists, if I'm 61, then they sure as heck got to be well above 61. So, it's just a fact of life, folks, and I try to give myself solace knowing that. And when the people I love, and the band that's my number one band, and there's 2 more members left, and they're both in their 80s, and I try to console myself and say, regardless of if and when and what happens to those gentlemen, it's going to be a hard day, a tough day, but I think I can find some solace and some peace in my heart and soul knowing that they both were able to live long and fruitful lives and produce countless pieces of music and other media for us to enjoy and love and remember them by, and a legacy that we'll all cherish and love for the end of time, for other generations to enjoy. So I try to tell myself that, but it is going to be difficult when that day comes with certain individuals that I am truly lifelong fans of and follow them closely. But folks, I just want to say it is difficult. It is tough, especially for those of you who were huge David Crosby fans. Just find some solace and consolation that, he did live a long, fruitful life. He did produce and enjoy doing something he loved very much, music. And we have that to enjoy for many, many more years till the end of our lives, the music he left behind. So try to find some hope in that and some peace. That's it, folks. I just want to come here and say all the best to David and his family. His peace to you. May he rest in peace. And they're certainly in our thoughts, I'm sure, all of us out there, especially the music fans and those who loved his music. So, folks, that's it. Just a short little talk about this, and let's find comfort in one another. Talking, listening to the music, and commiserating with each other about these tragedies that seem to be happening more and more. Excuse me, folks. Still getting over my bad cold there. I love you all. Thanks for being here. Just want to share a few unprepared words with you about the situation with David Crosby. I love you all. Thank you for being here. Bye-bye.